Our sages say that if you want, you can swim in the air, you can walk on water, you can conquer the world. But understanding the movements of your mind is the most difficult task of all. Have you ever thought that whatever work you want to do, your mind works opposite to it? For example, if you want to quit smoking, you take a strong decision from yourself. But after some time, your mind pulls you back to the same cigarette, and this does not apply only to cigarettes. We all have many such activities in our lives. There are habits which we want to give up, but we are not able to give up those habits, even if we want to. But if we make efforts and become an observer of our mind, a witness to it, then we can catch the trick of our mind. And if we catch the trick of our mind at once, then we can leave any habit, or on the contrary, we can adopt some habit like getting up or any such work, which we feel lazy to do, because the basic point behind our habits is our mind, and we only notice it from other side. We keep on making assumptions, and later we are left with no option but to repent in today's story of Buddha, which I'm going to tell you. You will come to know about some such methods by which you can catch the movements of your mind very well. You can know, you can observe it, and then change your habits. Once an eloquent disciple had come to a guru's ashram to receive education. That disciple used to listen less to his guru, but he was very eager to share his views. One day the guru was discussing meditation, how meditation is done and what is the importance of meditation. The discussion was going on. All the disciples of the ashram were silently listening to their guru. The guru was explaining to him that you can do any kind of meditation, but to go into the depths of meditation, you have to awaken love inside your mind. While meditating, you have to constantly observe your mind to see how it is going inside your mind before the guru could complete his words. The eloquent disciple interrupted and said, "Guruji, I have been observing my mind for a long time. I am observing every thought coming and going very deeply, and I understand it. But despite that, there is no change in the habits of my mind. I often fly late in the morning, and every night I sleep thinking that I will wake up early, meditate, observe my mind. But I am not able to do this. I have also discussed this with my fellow disciples, but they also do not have any answer to this in this ashram. No one wants to talk to each other. Everyone remains silent. There is no discussion. How can we understand our mind like this? How will we be able to observe it unless we mention the thoughts of our mind, our habits of mind in front of others? Do not discuss it. Do not debate on it. Till then, how will we be able to understand the mind by remaining silent? Please, all these disciples, to make others understand, please at least share your thoughts with each other. What thoughts run through their minds? What changes occur within them during meditation? What they feel at least while meditating? These things should be discussed in the ashram. Guruji asked that talkative disciple, "Why do you want to know the thoughts of others? What benefit will you get from it? Is it necessary for you to know the thoughts of others in order to introspect what is in their minds? Well, what benefit will you get from this? Can you answer me on this matter?" The valuable disciple did not expect such an answer. From his guru, he thought that Guruji is right. What benefit will I get from this if I tell others that even if I know the thoughts of others or tell my thoughts to others, what benefit will I get from it? Will I be able to understand my own mind? That eloquent disciple was entangled in the question raised by himself. He did not have any answer to this, but still, to make his point higher in front of other disciples, he said to Guruji that, "Guruji, if we can know what thoughts run in the mind of others and by paying attention to these thoughts, then what can we do about it? If we observe like this, then it will make it easier for us to meditate. We will also be able to observe our thoughts and our meditation in this way, and will be able to understand our mind." Don't you think that what things should be kept in mind to meditate deeply, discussing about how to observe one's mind, can also be beneficial for other disciples? Guruji asked him that suppose the disciple knows how to meditate, and he also tells you about his state of mind, how he observes his mind, observes his thoughts, then do you think that, after knowing this, you too can go into deep meditation? If you are thinking like this, then let me tell you one thing, that you yourself will get trapped in the waters created by your own mind. If you come to know such a process as to how to enter into deep meditation, then your mind will try to follow the same processes. You will not be able to understand your mood by being present in the present, Rather, your mind will remain entangled in the thoughts of the process. You have given your mind a task to do, and your mind will keep doing the same work. If you also get involved in it, then how will you be able to observe your mind? You yourself have become involved. With your mind, you yourself have become one with your mind. Guruji told that you can understand your mind only when you can look at your mind separately. From your mind, you can understand the movements of your mind by standing from a distance. Whatever subject or thing you want to understand, you will have to look at it separately. If you become one with him, you will never be able to understand him. You will become one with him just as you try to understand your thoughts. But while trying to understand the thoughts, you get lost in your own thoughts. Have you ever experienced this? You disciple nodding his head. Yes, he said that, Guruji. Whenever I observe my thoughts, the same thing happens. I get lost in my own thoughts. After some time, I remember that I was observing my thoughts. Then after this, I become the observer of my thoughts. I start trying to become a witness to it. But after some time again, I become one with my thoughts. Guruji, while explaining to all the disciples, said that just as an angry man is never able to observe his anger, because he himself becomes one with his anger, he takes his existence for granted, and hence he never knows how this anger is affecting his mind, how this anger will make his mind sad, and he will never be able to see, because he does not have the art to separate anger from yourself. This is what all the practices are for, so that you can become a watcher, a witness, and see everything in its true form. And when you see the true nature of all things, of all thoughts, then you become aware of their impermanence. Then you realize that all these are things that come and go, but consciousness always remains with the human being, that seer, that witness that is watching, that is always alive. He never kills, he is eternal, and that is the consciousness. Consciousness is not tied to anything. Consciousness is your consciousness. Secondly, you get the art of form only through your consciousness. The deeper your consciousness is, the more will be your consciousness in a good way. You will be able to look at things by moving away from them, hence do less to raise your consciousness, so that you will be able to see the true nature of anything through your consciousness. The disciple asked Gurudev, "What are your words in some detail, so it is understandable?" But one thing that we did not understand is what we have to do to keep ourselves more conscious in order to raise our consciousness. While discussing this, Guruji told that you just become silent and start observing your thoughts. Your mind processes your experiences. Your experiences come, experiences go. They are impermanent. They are not going to stay with us forever. But our mind keeps trying to catch the same experiences. When you have a good experience, your mind wants you to have the same experience again and again. In the process of getting this experience, your mind keeps trapping you. Your consciousness becomes subordinate to the mind. The same happens with a cigarette smoker. The same happens with an alcohol drinker. And the same happens with anyone who has a bad habit, that his consciousness becomes a slave of his mind. If you want to free your consciousness from your mind, so first of all, learn to keep silence. Learn to remain silent. Your habit of speaking too much, your habit of learning from others about their experiences, will fill your mind more. But to free your consciousness, you will have to learn to empty your mind. When you empty it, you will see the true nature of your consciousness. Then you will know how to raise your consciousness by keeping silence. Remaining conscious is our real nature, but we have forgotten it in our mind by becoming submissive. Hence, you have to free your consciousness from your mind. For this, you start observing the thoughts of your mind. Silently start feeling its experience. When you become the witness of your mind, you become the observer of your mind. When you become an observer, you realize that one thought goes into your mind, another goes, a third goes, and in the same way, just as a crowd is walking on the road, a crowd of people is walking. If one goes, another one comes. If another one goes, a third one comes similarly in the land of our mind. Those many thoughts keep coming and going. But gradually we do not connect with them, do not flow with them, do not get lost with them. But rather we just keep watching as a witness. And gradually all those thoughts start disappearing while watching. And after that, the land of our mind becomes completely empty. And now for the first time, we come to know about our consciousness, that our consciousness is our true happiness. It is our nature. And for that, it is necessary to remove weeds from the soil of our mind. You don't have to work hard for that. Just keep watching those thoughts. One thought goes, another comes, another goes. The third comes, just keep watching, keep being a witness, keep being a watcher. And while watching those thoughts disappear, but after this, you will have to practice silently. You will have to observe your thoughts silently. You will have to understand the feelings of your mind. When you get angry, when you are happy, you will have to stand aside and observe. Whenever you get angry or happy or someone has hatred, we immediately get excited, and due to excitement, we are not able to see those feelings separately. But if we do not get excited, remain calm and relaxed, then we can understand the feelings of our mind. We can know them. And when we start knowing the feelings of our mind, then we come to know that no emotion comes to us forever. One emotion goes and another comes. Happiness does not last forever. Sadness does not last forever. Anger does not last forever. Hate does not always come. When we start understanding these things, then all these feelings start dissolving from within us, and only one love and one joy remains inside us. We call it ecstasy, and that is our true nature. Hence, in our mind, don't let yourself get trapped in the trick of your mind. Just stand at a distance and watch. And in no time, your mind will completely disappear. And when there is no mind left, only then can we concentrate our mind on everything. The work can be done with full attention. In fact, dissolution of the mind is the only way to enter meditation. As long as our mind is dominant, we are not able to enter meditation, because when we feel like it, we will meditate, and when we don't feel like it, we will not meditate, and it happens every time. It is applicable in work, but once our mind is dissolved, then we can concentrate on every work, and meditation becomes our true nature, and it becomes consciousness. All the disciples were happy to hear this knowledgeable discussion, but the Guru warned him that you are happy. This is also a feeling in your mind. You are enjoying hearing these things. That is why you are happy, but no one always told you this, and that is why your mind is not happy. You will not be able to remain happy always if you want to search for real happiness, then to achieve such happiness. Then never get distracted. Be calm, be silent, be emotionless, and start observing your thoughts and your feelings. After that, you yourself will feel that the consciousness, which is it is eternal, it never dies, and all things are impermanent, they will come to an end. They will die. They will be left behind. Nothing is eternal in this world except our consciousness. When we die, the first thing that leaves our body is our consciousness. This is why it never dies. The Guru instructed everyone and said that, today we will keep silence and concentrate on the thoughts and feelings of our mind. We will not get involved with it. We will just stand and watch it from a distance. It is a bit difficult, but with practice, you will become proficient in it. And after that, Guruji signaled everyone to meditate. So friends, how did you like this story? Do tell in the comments section. And if you liked it, then subscribe and like this channel.